Welcome back to Dinar Community. Major update on IQD and VND. Hello and welcome back to the Dinar Community channel. In today's report, we cover a significant update that could carry long-term implications for holders of the Iraqi Dinar IQD and Vietnamese Dong VND. These two currencies have long been topics of interest among investors and analysts who believe that a revaluation, or RV, could be on the way. While the buzz around revaluation has fluctuated over the years, recent advancements in international banking and system infrastructure have reignited enthusiasm. As we move closer to the end of 2025, some intriguing updates suggest we might be entering a critical phase, one where real progress could begin. For those who have been watching the revaluation space or who have invested heavily in IQD and VND, this news is especially timely. Once considered niche assets, both the dinar and dong are gaining traction on mainstream currency platforms and within top-tier financial institutions around the world. Today's developments may represent a tipping point that brings these currencies further into the global financial spotlight. Mounting speculation and strategic changes. Interest in a possible RV for the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong is once again surging. For years, rumors have circulated about if, or when, these currencies might rise in value to better reflect the economic potential of Iraq and Vietnam. In recent times, both nations have enacted key reforms, modernized their financial sectors, and taken steps to align with global financial norms. But it's not just local progress drawing attention. Reports are emerging that Wells Fargo, one of the top banks in the United States, may be revamping its internal systems to handle IQD and VND transactions. The idea that a major U.S. bank could be upgrading its infrastructure to support these currencies has sparked major discussions in the currency investment world. If these claims hold weight, it may indicate that major financial players are getting ready to accommodate substantial changes in currency valuations. This includes the possibility of the dinar and dong becoming widely tradable at significantly higher exchange rates. Banking infrastructure and quiet preparations. In recent weeks, numerous reports from behind the scenes suggest that Wells Fargo is preparing internally to manage a surge in customers interested in exchanging IQD and VND. Although there's been no public confirmation from the bank about any official revaluation, insiders claim that updates are being made, ranging from advanced software installations to staff training programs focused on foreign currency transactions. These potential preparations are being seen as early signals of readiness. It's unusual for a banking powerhouse like Wells Fargo to invest substantial resources without a compelling strategic reason. Meanwhile, similar rumors are beginning to surround JPMorgan Chase and HSBC, with hints that they may also be enhancing their systems to support the handling of these two currencies. If true, this could reflect a larger, more coordinated strategy unfolding among the world's biggest banks. Adding to this is a noticeable increase in visibility of the IQD and VND codes across digital platforms. From mobile banking apps to online currency converters, users are spotting more references to these currencies, suggesting that broader integration may already be underway. Financial experts weigh in. According to market experts, updates to banking software and trading systems rarely happen far in advance of major financial changes, they're typically rolled out shortly before a planned event. That's why many currency holders are feeling more hopeful than they have in years. The consistency of these updates across institutions suggests an increased level of institutional focus. Iraq and Vietnam's improving economic conditions are also adding fuel to the fire. Iraq, for example, has made great progress in stabilizing its currency and strengthening its financial sector. The Central Bank of Iraq has built up over $100 billion in foreign currency reserves, significantly improving Iraq's credibility on the global stage and potentially enabling support for a higher exchange rate. Vietnam, on the other hand, has become a central hub for global manufacturing. Its growing trade relationships and digital economy have increased global trust in the dong. With continued economic liberalization and a strong export sector, Vietnam's currency is now viewed as increasingly viable for future value increases. Upgraded systems and international readiness. A key factor often overlooked is the modernization of banking systems. Both Iraq and Vietnam have made serious efforts to update their financial institutions to meet international benchmarks. This includes enforcing stricter anti-money laundering policies, improving transparency, and integrating digital technologies to support high-volume transactions. Such upgrades are absolutely necessary for any country aiming to see its currency recognized and exchanged globally. It's not just about economic strength, it's about being technically and legally integrated into the global financial system. According to many specialists, these foundational upgrades are essential for any RV to be successfully implemented and sustained. Notable analysts support the narrative. Popular voices in the foreign currency world, like Mark Z and Frank26, have both spoken out about recent changes inside major banks. According to Frank26, Wells Fargo's involvement isn't accidental. He believes it signals a level of international coordination that typically precedes major financial changes. Mark Z also pointed out that behind-the-scenes testing is occurring on certain currency platforms. He mentioned speculative exchange scenarios where the Iraqi dinar could be valued as high as $4.11, and the dong could potentially hit 28 cents. While these figures remain unconfirmed and speculative, they reflect the current sentiment among optimistic investors. Both experts believe that much of the groundwork is already laid and that 2025 could be the year when long-anticipated revaluations finally materialize, provided political and economic stability continue. Institutional signals and investor caution. The role of Wells Fargo in this unfolding situation is pivotal. As one of America's leading financial institutions, its preparation hints at more than a business decision. It shows confidence in a potential shift in currency values. If institutions like JPMorgan Chase and HSBC are making similar moves, it strongly suggests a broader, behind-the-scenes plan involving several financial powerhouses. For investors holding IQD or VND, this is a time to remain alert, informed, and cautious. As excitement grows, so too does the risk of scams and misinformation. Investors should only engage with licensed financial entities, especially those potentially involved in RV preparation. Maintaining relationships with these banks could offer logistical advantages if a revaluation does occur. However, patience and discipline are still required. A major currency revaluation is a massive undertaking involving numerous technical, legal, and geopolitical factors. Potential global impact. If IQD or VND, or both, are revalued, the effects could extend well beyond Iraq and Vietnam. A successful RV could mark the beginning of a new wave of foreign investment and enhanced economic stability across the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Such moves might inspire neighboring nations to follow similar paths, upgrading their financial systems and aiming for global recognition of their currencies. A shift of this magnitude could also slightly reduce global reliance on the US dollar and move the world toward a more diversified monetary system. While the US dollar would remain a dominant currency, more viable alternatives could add complexity and balance to global finance. Final thoughts. Despite growing optimism, challenges remain. Both Iraq and Vietnam must continue to ensure fiscal discipline, political stability, and regulatory reform. Any misstep could derail progress. Additionally, any sudden rise in currency value must be managed carefully to prevent economic disruptions like inflation or trade imbalance. International organizations like the IMF and WTO will likely keep a close watch to ensure proper procedures are followed and risks are minimized. To wrap up, while the journey toward RV for the IQD and VND has been lengthy and filled with speculation, the current outlook appears more promising than ever. From infrastructure readiness to economic reform, all the foundational elements seem to be aligning. That said, revaluation is not guaranteed and won't happen overnight. It requires methodical planning, global cooperation, and continuous development. For now, the smartest strategy is to stay alert, keep learning, and be ready to act wisely when the moment arrives. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dinar Community. Join the conversation in the comments below. Are you prepared for the next phase of this financial evolution? What steps are you taking to stay ahead? We'll be back soon with more insights and analysis. Until then, stay safe, stay aware, and stay connected. Like and subscribe for more videos.